Getting straight into the top 5 news stories of the day. More sad news out of Australia this morning. 8 children were reportedly found stabbed to death in a home in the northern part of the country. Police say the children were all ages 15 and under, the youngest only 18 months. Officials say this is an isolated incident and there is no public threat. Cops are also treating a 34-year-old woman who has serious injuries. They say she is not a person of interest at this time, but is helping with the investigation. Back home, everyone got their first glimpse in more than a year of the surviving Boston bombing suspect, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, as he made his way inside a Boston courtroom for his final pretrial hearing. Among those who came to court were victims of the bombings, as well as supporters for Dzhokhar, who say he is innocent. Lawyers for Tsarnaev say they plan to file for a delay to start the trial, which is scheduled to begin January 5th. His lawyers have argued that there's no way he could get a fair trial in Boston. If convicted, he faces the death penalty for the April 2013 bombing, which killed 3 people and injured more than 260. He has pleaded not guilty. Tsarnaev's brother, who was also a suspect, was killed in a police shootout in the days after the attack. And of course, many are still celebrating the historic deal between the U.S. and Cuba this week and all the change it will hopefully bring. Another win in the deal was the release of this man. His name is believed to be Rolando Sirac Trujillo. And according to sources, President Obama has called him one of the most important intelligence agents the U.S. has ever had in Cuba. He had been behind bars in Cuba since being caught in 1995. In other news, Stephen Collins, the actor, of course, most known for his role as a minister dad on the show Seventh Heaven, is finally speaking out about his sexual abuse scandal. In an interview with Katie Couric for Yahoo, he admits to sexually abusing a young girl in the 70s.
I'm a human being with flaws, and I've done everything I can to address them.
The interview and confession to Katie Couric comes only a day after he opened up in People magazine. And last in your top 5 headlines, so get ready for a weekend of craziness, as this is the last shopping weekend before Christmas, but 2 stores have got you covered. Both Kohl's and Toys R Us are having crazy extended hours. Starting today, Kohl's will be open 24 straight hours. They'll finally close at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. That's more than 100 hours, wowza. And starting tomorrow, Toys R Us will let you shop from 6 a.m. until 2 a.m. Then on Tuesday, the 23rd, they'll be open round the clock until 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve. You know, I don't know what to think about this. I mean, part of me feels like people are really busy, so sometimes you have to keep it open after hours because we're working, we're busy, we've got gatherings. But what do you guys think? Are we buying into the propaganda
Well, some people need the overtime money.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot of good holiday pay there.
And like you mentioned, some people really don't have the time to get there during normal business hours. So,
Our schedule, for example.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I'll be hitting Kohl's later on after the show, I guess.